Okay, hello everyone. My name is SAUFI bin HALIM. So today we will present you about our first topic, introduction to Arduino. So this is our members. This is my members, DHARMARAJ, anak lelaki Sundaram, NAVEESHVARAN, anak lelaki Nagulan, and my name is Muhammad SAUFI bin HALIM. So the first question that we already done is different between Arduino input and output. So Arduino is in the Arduino input pin read a voltage and it will produce at the height 1 if the voltage is close to VDD or low 0 if it is close to 0. An input pin can be read using the digital read bracket function. Okay, so for the input, and for the output pin can be configured when the pin provide VDD or 0. Where the pin provide VDD, it show the pin is in high state, and when the low state is provide 0. Input pin is also said to be in a high impedance state and it takes extremely small current. For the output is a low impedance and provide a positive current or negative current up to 40 milliampere. So for the second question is different between Arduino and microcontroller. A microcontroller is an intelligent unit that act like a processor. It can solve a lot of things that most engineering have. So it also has a RAM and ROM built inside it with a CPU. Okay, usually microcontroller use Scale Uvision IDE to write and compile code for 8051 microcontroller. To upload code in 8051 in the fast feed, we need an extra programmer. Arduino also develop board that house a microcontroller on it. It has its own dedicated IDE that stand for Integrated Development Environment. And Arduino is used to write, compile, and upload code to the board. Arduino does not need an external programmer like microcontroller. Arduino board has a program built on it. So this is the example of Arduino and microcontroller.
Okay guys, my name is DHARMARAJ. Okay, let's see the sensors for Arduino input. So the first one is analog sensors, which is a function mostly operate under the same basic principle. So example of input analog sensor is accelerometers, light sensor, sound sensor, pressure sensor, and analog temperature pressure. Okay, the next one is digital sensor, tend to be simpler in function than analog sensor. A digital sensor is well known as a just it will act as a switch. It will either on or off and will only change the state when there's a threshold signal it is been reached. So there's two type of output analog sensor: digital accelerometer and digital temperature sensor.
Okay, my name is NAVEESHVARAN. I'm going to explain question number 4, components for Arduino inputs. Okay, an Arduino board consists 5 types of components such as power, that means USB or barrel jack, and second pins 5 volts, 3.3 volts, ground, analog, digital, PWM, AREF pins. And the next one is power LED indicator TX RS LED. The next main Atmega IC, and the last component for the Arduino input is voltage regulator and also reset button. Okay, for the question number 5, basic structure of Arduino programming language. An Arduino programming language stands with two parts, which is white setup and white loop. Setup function is required to follow the declaration of any variable at the beginning of any program. Loop function follow next and include codes to execute the particular task continuously. That's all from me. Thank you.
I guess let's see the simple programming that can control the input and output of an Arduino board. So as you guys can see, is the programming code to control the input and output of an Arduino board. So let's explain the programming. First, the board's constant has been declared as the variable of the program, which can be kept safe from being changed. So the next variable created are integers to store the output and input value. So the setup function starts with the serial communication, where the loop first reads the value in analog pin, which then assigned to the particular sensor value. So as we can see, the analog value is 0 to 1023. The analog write function will only accept value until 0 to 255. So in this case, the input value has been rescaled with the range of the analog write function. The map function does it very easily. Because as you can see here, so you take here the analog write takes two arguments, where first is pin number and the second one is the value to write. The function utilizes pulse width modulation, allowing to adjust the power output of the PWM enable pin. And the print in function prints the output value variable and starts a new line in the serial monitor window. The last line of the sketch is the delay function, which allows the analog to digital converters to stabilize before another input value is assigned to the loop. The last question is example robot built and controlled by the Arduino board. Okay, as you can see here, one of the robotic project that can controlled by Arduino microcontroller is robotic arm from recycled materials. So the component used here is the Arduino Uno, SparkFun servo, PS2 joystick, 2-axis module, and also SparkFun wall adapter power supply with a power supply of 2 voltage DC. This project, the robot arm, has settled up to create it out recycled materials. This robot can be utilized different materials that are available to us without producing more waste products. Thank you.